All right, here we go. So, welcome to the 1 year from today video podcast. This is basically a podcast that's going to document a 365-day journey of transformation, which I'm going to do. I'm going to basically implement a whole bunch of different practices and disciplines that I've wanted to do for a long time, with the goal of just becoming a better person in pretty much every area of my life. So, the idea, I think, is to become a better version of myself, and yeah. So I think the catalyst for this idea was my father. I was talking to my dad recently, and he was recounting a dream that his father, so my grandfather, had a recurring dream where my grandfather would be walking down this country road just by himself, nobody around, like a dirt road. And then it was like this straight road, and then off in the distance the road curved around, so you like couldn't see where it was going. And in the dream, he's basically walking down the road, and he's thinking to himself, "Oh, I wonder what's up around the bend. I wonder what's there. I want to find out. I want to check that out." But in the dream, he never gets there. He always wakes up before he can get to the bend. And I feel like that's a really, really powerful metaphor, that dream, and that image of the road and the bend. It's a really powerful metaphor for unrealized potential, unrealized possibility. Um, and it just got me thinking. I started thinking, man, there are so many things that are around the bend, and the bend, I think, represents everything I don't know. It's all possibility, which could be good or bad. Um, but instead of being fearful of that, and allowing myself to stagnate and not go anywhere, I think I've just decided, man, I want to find out what's around the bend. And so that's what this journey is about. It's kind of a way of figuring out, like, what's possible, how much can you change in a year? What kind of transformation is actually possible in a year? And it's different than achievement. I choose the word transformation intentionally. Like, it's not how much can I achieve in a year, but how much can I actually be transformed as a person in every area of my life. So yeah, I mean, it's about physical change. It's about getting really fit and healthy, changing my diet, working out. Obviously, those things are part of a transformative process, but it's also about a lot of other things, like um, emotional, psychological transformation. Like, what are the things I'm afraid of that I've been avoiding? Some of them for years, some of them for decades, that I actually need to just face and say, I'm not going to run away from this anymore. I'm going to actually move into it and conquer it. And so it's certainly that would be part of this journey. Um, it's also relational transformation. Like, how do I get better at my relationships? How do I just get better at loving people? Um, because quite frankly, I think I kind of suck at it right now. Like, I feel like there's just so much growth that I need in terms of how I approach my relationships with everybody. So that's definitely part of this journey of transformation. And then spiritual transformation, like, how do I increase my capacity to see and appreciate beauty everywhere I am? How do I increase my capacity to see beauty in other people? How do I increase my capacity to actually discover and know truth when I find it? So that's kind of a spiritual process, I think. So, yeah, relationally, spiritually, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And then I think also the last category for me would be kind of what I would call vocationally. What is it that I'm on the planet to do? Kind of honing in more on that, and then practically speaking, building a business that is itself a catalyst for transformation and for making the world a better place, and for being a conduit for beauty and goodness and truth. So that's my goal. What can I achieve in a year? Not actually, no, sorry, not what can I achieve in a year, but how much can I be transformed in a year? How many better versions of myself can I put out in the next year or so? That's the process. So I would say, yeah, I'm not going to implement everything at once. It's not a program specific. I'm not following anyone's program. These are just things that that I've wanted to do for quite a long time. Most of them, things that I know I can do to make my life better, and that I've known for a long time I could do to make my life better, and I just haven't, for whatever reason I've avoided them. And now I'm not. I'm going to dive in. So tomorrow is day one. I'm not going to implement everything at once. That would be absolutely overwhelming, and I'm sure I'd crash and burn. But the whole idea with this process is to do it incrementally, little bits of change, like achievable things, making promises to myself that I can actually keep, and then as I do that, raising the bar slowly, and I'll just kind of document the journey and share my thoughts and share what I'm learning with you guys. And I would love it for anyone who wants to jump in and do it with me, or do part of it with me, or maybe just be inspired by it and do your own thing, whatever that might be, whatever needs to change in your life, or for you to become a better version of yourself. So yeah, that's the goal. That's what I'm going to do. So today's day 0. Tomorrow is day 1. This is just kind of an introduction, and tomorrow I will actually begin what I'm going to do on day 1. Just a couple of really basic things. Man, I'm going to stop eating sugar, and that should be fun. There's going to be some serious withdrawal from that, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do that for a whole year. And then the idea, I guess, is that anything that I can do for a year, I think, will kind of become solid. I mean, it'll just become such a lifestyle habit that hopefully I'll be able to keep doing it if I decide that it's appropriate to keep doing. So stop eating sugar, day 1. And the other thing I'm going to do day 1 is I'm going to commit to going to the gym 4 days a week. And I talked about setting the bar really low to begin with. So the promise I'm making to myself at the beginning with regard to going to the gym is that I just have to show up at the gym. That's it. So literally I could walk in the door to the gym and then just turn around and leave, and I would have kept my commitment to myself. Obviously, 99% of the time, that's not going to happen. I'm going to get there and I'm going to do something. But the goal is to make yourself promises that you aren't going to break, and then as you see you can keep those commitments to yourself, you raise the bar, and you get stronger in what you're doing. So those are the first 2 things I'm going to start with day 1. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. And I hope you enjoy this podcast and this journey of transformation, and I hope it's inspiring, and hope it brings change to you guys as well. All right, talk to you tomorrow.